Are you one of those people who hated history in school? A lot of people think history is boring, dull, dry as dust. But sometimes history suddenly comes alive. And when it does, it can pack an unexpected punch. Just ask the thousands of New Mexicans who were suddenly left wondering if they owned their own homes. Tim Maestas is on special assignment.
Thousands of acres of land stuck in limbo. The subject of lawsuits trying to resolve a burning question. Who are the rightful owners of more than 3,000 properties in Arroyo Hondo just outside Taos, an area that's currently home to more than 4,000 residents, people like Teresa Field.
We've been in a financial mess because of this.
We ruffled a lot of feathers, but hey, you know what's justice is justice.
Lawrence Ortiz says the answer is simple. The land was granted to his ancestors by the Spanish government back in the 1800s. And he points to a stack of paperwork as proof.
Your ancestors are named on this document?
Yes. The Padillas and the Arianos and the Vigiles, yes.
The U.S. government officially recognized the grant in 1908, assigning more than 20,000 acres to the descendants of Arroyo Hondo's founding families. But over the years, parts of the land changed hands. While heirs like Lawrence Ortiz still live here, much of Arroyo Hondo was bought and sold by private property owners who now call the area home.
Because we have people from outside that came in and they intimidated, and they, like I say, and they thought that they could get away with it. So now that we're educated and we know more, we're in this situation now.
Ortiz is waging a war. Simply put, members of the Arroyo Hondo Land Grant Board want to reclaim the land. Paperwork they filed here at the Taos County Courthouse back in 2010 is now turning the real estate market here upside down. The Land Grant Board filed this warranty deed, declaring ownership of more than 20,000 acres in Arroyo Hondo, casting a cloud over who owns what. As a result, buying and selling homes or even refinancing home loans is next to impossible.
If it goes our way, we want to surrender the house free and clear.
Teresa Field and her husband have been trying to sell their house, but for now, they can't.
Well, our title is clouded. The title company tells us that the house can't be sold.
With thousands of properties affected, 3 title companies filed suit in federal court, asking a federal judge to declare void the Land Grant Board's claim. According to the title companies, millions of dollars worth of real estate transactions have been delayed or in some cases abandoned.
It's caused a lot of anxiety. I'm not going to say it hasn't. It's caused a lot of anxiety amongst people.
Attorney Santiago Juarez represented the Land Grant Board in the federal lawsuit, which a federal judge dismissed back in August. Judge Cristina Armijo ordered the title companies had no standing to sue because, unlike property owners, they are not directly affected.
Do you anticipate any more lawsuits?
Yeah, I know they're going to come. They're going to come.
We now know of at least 3 cases pending in state court connected to the land grant dispute.
You are confident that you will win?
Oh yes, definitely, yeah, because we have the documents.
Lawrence Ortiz says heirs to the land grant have waited too long to take action, and now they are not afraid to fight.
What we want is justice. We want our lands back so that our future kids and our grandkids can have a place to come back.
Tim Maestas, KRQE News 13.
A judge recently sided with one property owner in that land battle, but the cases of others are still undecided. Lawrence Ortiz, the heir who was featured in Tim's report, is also accused of forging documents in the case. He denies that. Trial is set for later this month.